Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's coming in. Let me watch my times. Okay, we're on time. We can get started right now. Today, we are going to be talking about, we've covered it a couple of other times before, but I want to make sure that we get this absolutely dialed in. And that is social selling with your professional dashboard. Today, on social selling with professional dashboard, it is just me because this is my zone of excellence. And so we're going to talk about, and if all of you have not changed to your professional dashboard before now, we're going to make sure that you do it immediately. All right. So you guys know who I am. I am the co-founder of Social Grenade, an epic BDC. I apparently need a 12-step program for starting businesses soon. When I have time, I will go to therapy. Social selling with Facebook's professional dashboard, how to build a personal brand that sells. So we all know that trust is where everybody starts. People don't buy a vehicle from you until they've crossed over that trust threshold. And I say that, but I'm telling you, I've bought a vehicle before where I walked away and I didn't feel good about it. And I probably got the deal that I thought I wanted, the vehicle I wanted. And I just didn't know if I got everything that I should have because I had no trust in who I was doing business with because I had no relationship with them. I didn't know them before I walked in the dealership. Whereas this past week, my business partner, Beverly, needed to buy a vehicle. She needed to because her lease was up on her VW Tiguan. And she has decision-making problems. Like she is not decisive. So for 3 months, she's been like, I don't know if I'm going to keep it and just go ahead and buy it outright. Or if I'm going to trade it, I'm going to get something else. I don't know what I'm going to, like it went on for 3 months. Until finally we're like 2 days away from her lease turn-in date. Well, actually it was like 4 days away because I was at 800% Club with Glenn Lundy and we were talking there and they were talking about the EVs and the tax credit going away. And all of you guys know this stuff already, but they were talking about all of that and how like right now is the best time if you're going to get an EV, lease it, don't buy it, but lease it. And we typically always lease through our company. So, and we hadn't really considered that, but the last time that I made her buy an Optima, when they still made Optimas, was whenever they had $7,500 lease cash, because that's just smart business. If the dealership or the OEM is going to give you $7,500, there's no reason for you not to take that if you're in the need of a vehicle that is of that type right there. So we were the same thing on this EV. And I didn't have to look far. I already had some people that I knew, liked, and trusted. And I'm not even kidding you when I tell you that I made a phone call to him and I said, can you find her an EV6? Can you find her the EV6? She's going to want to lease it. This is the whole situation, blah, blah, blah. And she's going to want it in only white. She will not want any other color but white. And we have to get it done before the last day of the month. And he's like, yeah, not a problem. I don't have one, but I'll find us one. And then he came out and he was like, he goes, here's what we can do. He goes, but here's the best deal. Let's do this thing right here. I mean, we were at the dealership one night for 30 minutes. And he's like, I've still got a located vehicle, but this is the deal that we're going to do whenever we get it done, whenever we find the one. And we're like, okay, great. So then he called yesterday and said, I found the vehicle. Come up to the dealership at 5 o'clock. I'll have all of your paperwork ready for you. Just come in and sign. Everything was taken care of. And that was because of a level of trust. Had I not trusted in this person right here to take care of me through that entire transaction, none of that would have been as smooth as it was. We would have blown over the date for being able to get a vehicle. We wouldn't have known all of the things that we needed to know. I mean, they walked her through like the plug-in situation in her garage, all of that stuff that she needed done. It was just a whole trust situation. And so trust is the new currency. We didn't even negotiate price. I want you to know that we did not even talk about anything on the price. We did not talk about it because trust is the new currency. Knowing that she was taken care of was way more important than what deal we were getting on that vehicle. So buyers will research you online before they ever step foot in your dealership. That's a true story. I research every employee I hire on social media before I hire them. You can trust and believe that. So what your Facebook profile looks like, what your TikTok profile looks like, those things are important to the customer. They are looking at them. A strong profile builds trust and credibility. If you're known for something like Jeff Cornett is Tattoo Car Guy, Phil Horn is Dr. Phil on the Hill. If you're like known for something like I'm the EV expert, I'm your go-to truck and SUV guy, all of those things can be in your Facebook profile. So your Facebook profile is now your lead funnel if you treat it like one. If you guys keep sitting back and waiting for your dealership to serve you up leads and feed your baby bird mouths, you're going to be behind all the time because there's going to be a time when they're going to make a business move that affects your income. they're going to delete some lead providers, and that's going to affect your income. If you're really good at subprime and they decide they don't want to do subprime anymore, they don't want to market to the subprime market anymore, that's going to affect your income. So I want you to be in charge of your own business. I want you to treat this like a business inside of a business. So now we want to reach followers instead of friends. So now if you haven't moved yours to a professional dashboard, we'll walk through how to do that. But if you do, then now you're gaining followers instead of friends, and you have access to these amazing insights that you see right here. Your ability to promote and boost your posts, meaning create ads out of what you are posting, is now possible for you. And I would probably determine a budget that you're going to work on every month. Like if you say $100 is going to go to Facebook boosts or promotions, then determine exactly which ones you're going to promote as well. Okay, so now we are going to build a content-driven sales funnel on your personal page, and everything that you do is you're going to be thinking about it like this is my website. So your insights are so valuable to you. Here's the thing that everybody needs to think about. What you watch and what you measure is what grows, right? So if you are really focused on your finances and growing your savings or growing your portfolio of stocks or wherever you guys are investing or keeping your money, whatever, when you're watching that, it grows like you want it to. When you're not paying attention to it, it may be dipping and swinging and crashing, and you don't even know it because you don't have the ability to pivot in that time. So watching your Facebook insights, tracking your views, your likes, your profile visits, those things will help you to know this content really worked. This content, not so much. So, and then boosting posts gives you the ability to target people. I'll show you how to do that as well. And then you got content tools. So your access to reels, stories, and feature content. I would tell you that ideally, and you can write this down as in an ideal world, every day, you would post 3 stories, 2 posts, and 1 reel. So if you haven't already, and most of you have on our onboarding already, then you just go to your settings, you click the 3 dots, you turn on professional mode. That button right there is super easy. Once you do, you'll toggle through a series of prompts, and then you'll get to the end of it. And then you'll be able to see all of your analytics. Your profile photo should be mostly your face somewhere at the dealership in the background if you want to, but definitely should and please don't use AI for God's sake, because they're going to be looking for you at the dealership and not some filtered version of you. They're going to be looking for the dude that looks like this. So if this is not what you look like, and I'll give you an example. We have a dealership that we do their organic social for, and we do employee highlights. So we went to their website and we grabbed one of their employees. We grabbed his photo off of the website. We created a post out of it, told all about what he does at the dealership according to the website. And he got so mad because that picture didn't look anything like him. He should have stuck with that one, because the next photo that he sent us was probably about 40 pounds heavier. And I was like, okay, well, update your freaking website, right? I would have come in looking for this guy, and this is the guy that we got. So update your photo regularly. If you change your hairstyle or if you lose 100 pounds, by God, update your profile. The clear bio is helping families find the perfect car since 2015. Whatever your bio is, if you need to use ChatGPT, tell it a little bit about yourself and then go create me the perfect Facebook bio. And it will do that for you. If it makes it too long, go back into it and go make it less than 50 characters, and then it will rewrite it for you. So there's a cover photo on your Facebook, right? The big one that you put at the top. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people do this wrong. They'll put a photo up there of them and their family.
Epic BDC is a proud sponsor of the Social Grenade podcast. Tune in.
And then they don't adjust it down so that the family is actually, their faces are in the frame. And then what you get is a photo of them from their neck to their waist because they didn't pull that photo down. So think about what your profile photo, your cover photo is going to be, and then go look at it on desktop and then look at it on your device and see if it looks like what you thought it should look like. Because really, this is kind of your website. If you're not using a website for yourself, then Facebook or social is your website. So make sure that it looks like you want it to look. Pay attention to the details. If you can't pay attention to the details on this stuff right here, why would a customer think that you're going to take care of the details of their transaction, of their $40, $50, $60, $70,000 transaction? So professional photo, clear bio, cover photo that looks really good, and then a featured section. And that's pretty easy on Facebook. You can literally make a post and then click on the 3 buttons and make it featured. So like if that is your delivery, your customer deliveries, and they're happy, whatever, or if there's a FAQ videos on gap insurance, or I don't know, getting your vehicle aligned, what's the best practice for trade-ins, those things right there, those can be in your featured section. So now we're going to talk about Post Like a Pro. Okay, so you want to give tips and advice because, like I always say, you want to be the trusted advisor in the car buying process. So tips and advice, tips on financing. Like I'm going to tell you how little I saw online when I knew that the EV deadline was ending on the 30th of this month. I don't know why the people were not going, look, this is the best time to take advantage of that $7,500 tax credit. If you guys are waiting for the dealership to do that for you, they're not going to do it. So you guys could have been promoting that and going, look, that time is running out. This is the best time. If you are struggling with down payment, that $7,500 tax credit can help in that part right there. So those things right there. And I think Kia, I know Peyton's on here. We have some Kia dealers on here right now. Kia has this loaning of 130% of the value of the vehicle that they will give you back in cash. I didn't see anybody promoting that either. So there's a lot of things that are tips and advice that you guys could be adding that would drive a lot of traffic, and people would be like, what do you mean the tax credit's going away? I mean, it's not just, everybody doesn't just know it. Because you know it doesn't mean the public knows it. And if they were considering buying an EV, they should have done it before yesterday. And we should have had that urgency going. And like they didn't have the one that Beverly needed at the dealership. So they dealer traded for it. They found another store that was like not selling EVs, found her the white EV6 that she needed and dealer traded it in. It'll be here today. So tech tutorials, absolutely, like how to run your tech. I know that whenever Phil was doing the test drive with Bev, he was like literally telling her all of the things in her vehicle that she could do, how she could adjust her cruise length between cars. He was walking her through that. There was a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of tech on these cars now that is new and people need to know how to use them. And then maintenance hacks. If you have any maintenance hacks or tips that people should know about, and we're heading into fall, once again, those TPS lights are getting ready to come on because when that temperature drops to 40, 30 degrees, it's going to trigger some TPS lights somewhere. So those things are tips and advice that you can be giving. Think about all of the customer calls you've had over the past year, and then make a list of those and go like, these are some things that I can talk about and share. Like this is tips. Customer stories, obviously delivery photos. You guys are geniuses at that. Even if the customer doesn't want to be in the photo, absolutely take a photo of the car with a bow on it and go, I had a shy customer today, but this is the one I delivered anyways. Don't be like, oh, they don't want their photos taken. Well, the car doesn't care. So take a photo of the car anyways. This is the one I sold. Testimonials, if you can get them, get them. Don't be afraid to ask for them. If you have delivered on what people expect of you, they don't care about giving you testimonials. They will, because this is one of the most stressful things that there is. Buying a car is so stressful that if you make it so friction free, they're going to give you a testimonial. Just ask for it. And then referrals. If there are any referrals and you've had somebody that came in that was referred by somebody else, share that story. I know most stores will have some sort of referral bird dog or whatever. Like Ripper Kia has a spinny wheel. If I refer Beverly in to go buy a car there, I get to go in and spin the wheel and see how much cash I get. So that's kind of cool. And then behind the scenes, walk around videos, service processes, team shout outs, bloopers. Like if you're messing stuff up, I save all that stuff, I cut it out, and then I make a blooper reel because people want to know that we're human. So simple weekly flow and consistent visibility, right? So you can break it down like this if you want to. And Lacey will put this presentation into the group. But day 1, post tips and education, 3 ways to boost your trade-in value, for example. Tuesday, customer highlight. Wednesday, FAQ. Thursday, tribe content. Friday, live or stories. And then don't forget to build in your personal stuff. I want to know what you did. I made a post this week. Like I was sitting there and my Rottweiler, who is almost handicapped, he walks like an old man with a gimp with a lamp. I have to give him a shot once a month just to keep his joints all loosened up. But he was looking so regal and beautiful. And probably some of you have posted on that post. And I was like, hey, Anybody got a dog as good looking as mine? Drop your dog down below. And they literally and then the next day I went, you know what? I forgot to ask what your guys' dogs' names were. And then they all start dropping me the names of their dogs, right? Okay. And then Boost Post Like a Pro. So let's say that you determined you were going to use a $100 budget per month. And so $25 per week you're going to boost. So that may mean that you're going to boost 5 posts for $5 each. And so you will do that. Like it may be a new SUV that came in. You guys may have a new model that's coming in. I know for Toyota, you guys have some really awesome vehicles that are new this year. And so boosting that post out will do really good, but use a call to action. Don't boost it without them knowing what to do. So DM me if you want to know what colors we have in this vehicle, or DM me to talk about your trade-in vehicle. Whatever it is, you want to use a clear call to action. Tell them what you want them to do. Don't just boost it to get into the news feed. You want them to take action. Okay, so once you've gotten them to take action, now you want to respond quickly. So if they comment or they DM you, you want to respond pretty quickly. And I think about this, I have on my Social Grenade t-shirt, right? And the girl that does my t-shirts lives probably her shop is about 45 minutes away from me. And the other day I was driving a different road that I normally do here close to my office, and I saw this t-shirt shop, Wild Ivy T-shirts. And I'm like, oh, I'll reach out to them. And so with small business owners, and you're a small business owner, so please don't think that you're not. Sometimes they're doing everything. They have so many tasks to do that getting them to respond quickly is a challenge. So I left them a message and I said, hey, I didn't see on your website any t-shirt hoodies. Do you guys carry those? And I knew I'm going to have to wait for a response because they're a small business owner and they're probably not just keeping an eye on this all day long. And it was pretty cool because and it's a long time if we're talking about in real world, but within an hour, they responded back to me and said, we don't carry them in stock, but we'll order them in for you. Do you know what brand you like? Blah, blah, blah. That was important because I've done this with other t-shirt shops and it'd be 3 days before they get back to me. So respond quickly to comments and DMs, post to stories daily. Because if you go to Facebook, if you're a consumer, you know that the first thing is everybody's stories right there. And you can scan through them and you don't have to be doing this. You can just scan through, check out their stories, see what's going on. And then you've got your little hit of dopamine and you go on with your life. So if you can post stuff in stories daily, it's so fast to do and they disappear within 24 hours. So it's not like you're clogging anybody's news feed up. You're not. Stories are really great to tell something that's going on right now. And that may not be going on tomorrow. Like yesterday at the beginning of the day, I probably would have posted, hey, today's the last day for EV tax credit of $7,500 or whatever the tax credit is. And then, or the tax credit on the pre-owned ones, which was $4,000. And you won't want that in your news feed because it lives there forever and you'd have to remember to go back and delete it. But in your stories, because it only lasts 24 hours, that would have been perfectly timed.
The I'm a Car Chick podcast is a proud sponsor of the Social Grenade podcast. Listen now.
If you have a sales event that's happening this weekend and it's not going to be forever, I would probably do that in my stories. Ask questions. So what's your dream car and why? What was your first car and why? So I don't know about you guys, but my first car was a 1972 Ford Torino station wagon with the fake wood panel on the side. And the reason why that was my first car is because it was my dad's car and I wrecked it. And so then he made me buy it from him. That's not what I would have picked, but I wrecked it, so my bad. Then repurpose what works. So look at your statistics, look at your top performing posts, and then do more of that. And I'm going to escape out of here real quick, and I'm going to go over to my Facebook real quick. Okay, so in my professional dashboard, one of the things that I can always look at is my content. Over here, you can see my content. I can click that button right there. I'm on a desktop, and on your phone, it looks a little bit different. But I can literally go down and look and go, what had good views? And then, some of them are crap. Some of them are good. This was the one that dropped me all the names of your dogs. This was post a picture of your dogs. Look there. This was about the Chiefs. That was cool. I took my car to the car wash. I did a podcast with Frank Lopes. So I can look at what's working and what's not. And then I can go, okay, let's duplicate that. This was a personal story right here. This one did really, really well. personal stories do really well. And so watching what works on your content, and I'm monetized. So look there, like, let's see for that one right there. That one right there that had the most recently, that personal story, I made $2.16. As your stuff gets traction, Facebook decides what they're going to pay you for that. And then if we look at my insights again, from the last 28 days, I've had almost 76,000 views on my content. And by followers and non-followers, 21% of those were non-followers. And most of that was not videos. That was on photos. 76.9% of that was on photos. And if you guys are checking your insights on your professional dashboard, then you will see what's working. And then also, if you scroll right down here, it shows your top content. So this one right here was a contest that I did. Like, one of these has to go: Beyonce, Prince, Michael Jackson, or Whitney. And we all voted Beyonce off the island. She got to go. The other three get to stay. So you'll be able to track all of this. Use your dashboard to build your brand. Look what works, duplicate what's working, and then post with intention. Don't just be filling space. Like, do it with intention. Why am I posting this today? And then engage daily. Go and engage with other people as well. If you do it first, that's being the good neighbor, right? So engage first before you expect people to engage with you. And then if they engage with you, reply back to all of them. So my advice to you is also, like, watch your numbers like a hawk, see what's working for you, see whenever it's dipping, what did you not do this week that you were doing last week that made your numbers go down, and then do more of that thing. And if you guys will tag me, I will 100% cheer you on, share your post, comment on it. I will do the thing because I'm here to help you guys get further on your social media. If you're uncomfortable going live, I would probably try it once a month to begin with. Know what you're talking about in advance, though, and don't start out with, "Hey guys, it's Robin over here at SCP Agency, blah, blah, blah." Like, know what you're going to talk about today. And like, it may be like today may be a great day to go, you know what? The EV tax credit is over. I get it. So I got plenty of gas engine vehicles here. So we can stop thinking about EVs if we want to, but I have some if you want. But I mean, start it out with something like that, something that's a hook. Like, yeah, we know the EV tax credit is over. So what? And then you move on telling them what you want to talk about. So if you're not comfortable going live, it's going to make you crazy because you think people are judging you. Your first couple times you go live, there's not going to be anybody on there anyways. And so it's just going to be practice for you. I also have a Social Grenade podcast where I speak to industry experts and get their advice and opinion. If you want to go find that on YouTube, you're more than welcome to. And I think that's it. I think we are good for the day. Does anybody have any questions today? I'm going to go back to the Zoom real quick. Peyton, you have any questions today? I know you and I just got to hang out and visit the other day.
No, I don't have any.
Peyton started going live, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
How did it work out for you?
Pretty well. I did, like, in the caption for the live, I said follow for follow. And like, after I was done with the live, I just went through my followers and just like followed them back, which was nice.
I love that. And so Peyton is a social media manager for Helene Kia in North Sandusky or North Olmsted and in Sandusky, Ohio. And we spend some time together about like every other week. One of the things that I had told her time before last when we spoke was to go live. And I'm like, especially on her TikTok account, because like it was having trouble gaining traction or whatever. And we just didn't have enough followers. And so she wasn't afraid to. Well, she probably was. Were you nervous the first time, Peyton?
Not really.
What did you go live about?
Pretty much people just like were in the comments and I was answering their questions and stuff, but I was also doing stuff on my computer. So it was kind of boring, but people still followed me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, like whenever I go live, I went live the other day at the gym. I started the live while I was on the treadmill. And I was like, look, I'm 61. It's 6 a.m. I'm at the gym. Like, it ain't pretty, but it is the things that you do every day that make a difference in what your health is like or what your mobility is like in the long run. And like my entire workout, when I got off the treadmill and the treadmill went over to the weights, I took them with me. Like, it was like, there wasn't nothing special about it. And people they just tune in. Their lives are so boring. They just tune in. And so don't be afraid to do that and to like literally be like, you know what? I would be, if I were like searching for a customer for a car, like a customer car, like I'm going to go find what they need or find for an approval, I would probably set my phone up and go live and just be talking while I'm doing it. I'm like, you know what? I'm really looking for them. Like, especially whenever someone was looking for me an FJ Cruiser, I'm looking for them an FJ Cruiser. She wants a 2014. She wants it under 100,000 miles. She wants it to be in good condition. It's going to be her daily driver. And man, they're just so hard to find. And you don't have to talk the whole time. You can be like, they have one right there, but that one looks crappy. You know what I'm saying? And then like they're just on the journey with you while you're hunting for something for somebody. And it doesn't have to be like some big talk that you're giving. Behind the scenes is like so valuable to people. Did we get your question answered in chat? Let me look here real quick. Dakota asked, what was a post today recommendation? Oh yeah, sorry. 3 stories, 2 posts, 1 reel. Write that down and then make that your goal every day. The stories will be super easy. The reel you'll probably have to plan out in advance. Like, what do I want to do? It doesn't always have to be a skit or something funny. It could literally just be, a walk around video if you want it to be. And anybody else? Taryn, are you doing any lives yet?
No, I haven't. And I still don't have access to professional mode.
Okay. Well, so I'll tell you why she doesn't. If at any time in your life you've been through something and you locked down your profile and you went, I want everything private, nobody can see anything but blah, 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 blah. The memory in Facebook hangs on to that and will not let it go back to public or let you be in professional mode. And I've had it happen like 5 times and there's really nothing I can do about it. Absolutely nothing I can do about it. But Facebook somewhere in their coding remembers that and doesn't release that option. So, but you can still go live, Taryn.
Yeah, I know. Should I make like maybe a business page of myself?
I mean, you can. You're just not going to have very many people on there.
Right.
Business pages don't generally attract a lot, but you can for sure if you want to. By all means, do that. Or you can even create yourself a different profile. So it's up to you. We can talk about that offline too. But I would challenge everybody that's on here, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or even LinkedIn, if you guys are those level of grownups, go live one time this week. Just try it out. Get that first one out of the way. And then go, okay, well, I did it. Now, what will I do next time? And with that, I'm going to let you guys, we've been like right at 30 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go sell some cars. All right, kids, have a terrific day. So go sell some cars, guys, and I will see you next time.